So the fix is on. This is what happens when, rather than using intelligent business acumen, you get politics involved in decision making. And I'm talking about the Silicon Valley Bank deal, the sweetheart deal that took place with First Citizens over the course of the weekend. I want you to follow along with this. This is it's important. First Citizens is going to acquire all of Silicon Valley Bank's deposits, loans, and branches, but it leaves $90 billion in securities and other assets with the FDIC. This is an insurance company. First Citizens is going to buy Silicon Valley Bank's $72 billion in loans at a $16.5 billion discount. And they're going to share in all future losses and gains with the FDIC. Wow. Again, it's a wonder why their stock was up, 45% yesterday. That's a pretty damn good deal. Basically, this agreement, it takes a deeper look into what was taking place over at Silicon Valley Bank. Silicon Valley Bank wasn't a bank. Wasn't a bank. It was a hedge fund in drag. That's what it was. It was a hedge fund in drag. It wasn't a bank. And it shouldn't have gotten any FDIC. They should have had their charter removed if people were actually doing their job. But the loans that they were giving out to these unprofitable startups, these companies that, again, they got a logo and a tax ID number, and they got some far-flung technology, and I'm sure they have a pretty cool office somewhere. Normally businesses don't get loans. They, basically that was Silicon Valley Bank's model. Low-cost credit to tech startups. Again, no revenue. Many's had no revenue. It reminds me of a whole bit that was done on Parks and Recreation, for crying out loud. Basically, SVB was counting on the fact that these garbage companies would eventually be acquired by somebody bigger or taken public, like we told you. Again, hey, call up our buddies over at Morgan Stanley. Let's see if we can get this company public. That's how Silicon Valley Bank got their money back, which was in essence laddering up and pumping up crap companies. Reality of the situation is that this didn't have to go this way. The FDIC didn't have to take that big of a hit. Hedge funds and certain investors would have swooped in and taken a look at some of these loans and bought them up. And probably would have happened is they would have bought the loans up, made an offer that couldn't be refused to some of these companies, maybe take whatever proprietary technology they had, whatever it may be, and restructure. That's what's supposed to happen. But again, the government didn't want that. Again, this is a favored crowd. This is the tech crowd out around San Francisco, Silicon Valley. No, that's not going to happen. But what's even more interesting is the fact that from day one, there were banks that were offering much better deals to buy Silicon Valley Bank. And what happened to those deals? They weren't politically viable. Nobody wanted to tick off Elizabeth Warren or what's his name there, Rohit Chopra, over on the FDIC board with greater consolidation. Listen, if you're good at what you do, who cares? Let's be honest, it's one of the businesses that we conduct at Markowski Investments. We acquire firms all the time. The owners of firms, they need to come up with some sort of exit strategy, retirement plan. We help them with that, and we acquire these businesses because we do a damn good job. So if you've got a bank out there that's high quality that could have stepped in and dealt with this and didn't put this all on the FDIC, well, that seems to be a much better way of doing things, but I guess it wasn't politically viable, right? So now the FDIC, they've lost $20 billion in their little fund that they've got, and that's going to have to be replenished, and we're going to replenish it. You and I, normal banking, is our FDIC insurance going to go up? We're going to have to refill it. It is what it is. Again, politics and business, oil and water, if it wants to be done the right way. If you want things to be done the right way, if you want efficiency, again, you've got to get these politicians out of it. But again, this is the world that we live in. WatchDog on WallStreet.com.